For over a century, our accepted history of aviation has remained fixed. Humans mastered powered, heavier-than-air flight just over 100 years ago in machines built of wood, canvas, and wire. Yet ancient Vedic epics and treatises like the Ramayana contain frequent, casual references to massive, complex flying machines called Vimanas. This map shows the flight route of Rama, documenting a trajectory spanning specific geographic coordinates. These accounts appear as logistical records within the region's oldest epics, detailing travel across the Indian subcontinent. These texts avoid the language of myth. They do not describe magical chariots pulled by gods, but instead employ technical terminology focused on specific metals, chemical propulsion, and the training required for pilots. We are left attempting to reconcile the image of primitive, ancient stone architecture with an impossibly complex metallic aircraft hovering silently overhead. Examining these engineering descriptions raises a difficult question. Is it possible that our understanding of technological history is missing a highly advanced chapter? The descriptions of the monoflight focus heavily on a specific mechanism, the mercury vortex engine. According to translations, this engine uses a closed condenser system. Liquid mercury circulates through the core, interacting with electromagnetic coils to create a driving whirlwind of energy. This combination of electromagnetism and heavy fluids mirrors a modern ion thruster, the exact technology used to propel deep space probes today. This technical diagram outlines the internal layout of a Vimana. The texts detail advanced avionics, including vertical takeoff and landing capabilities, directional gyroscopes, and mechanisms for modifying the craft's profile during flight. These ancient propulsion concepts bypass early combustion engines entirely, moving directly from antiquity into the principles of space-age physics. Beyond propulsion, the texts contain precise metallurgical recipes for the craft themselves. The literature lists specific formulas for 16 types of lightweight, heat-absorbing alloys. These instructions include the exact acids, oils, and purifying agents needed to handle the temperatures of atmospheric flight. Recently, researchers at Banaras Hindu University set out to test these ancient formulas. Following the instructions laid out in a text called the Vymaanika Shaastra, they successfully synthesized a specialized glass-like alloy. When subjected to laboratory testing, this ancient material proved to be invisible to radar. It absorbed the signals, effectively functioning as a stealth material. Formulating a chemical recipe for a radar-absorbing alloy centuries before the discovery of the electromagnetic spectrum contradicts our understanding of historical and scientific progression. These technical claims eventually triggered a formal scientific investigation to separate historical reality from modern imagination. In 1974, aeronautical and mechanical engineers at the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, the country's premier scientific institution, launched a study into the Vymaanika Shaastra. Their findings were devastating. The engineers concluded that the aircraft described in this specific text were aeronautically unfeasible. The designs would actively resist flight, and the propulsion principles violated basic Newtonian physics. Looking closely at this text's illustrations, you can see a caption stating they were drawn in 1923. Investigators traced the Vymaanika Shaastra back to a man named Pandit Subbaraya Shastri, who admitted the text was psychically dictated to him in the early 20th century. The text was influenced by the machinery of the Industrial Revolution. Blending ancient mythology with 20th century imagination created a compelling but structurally flawed technological illusion. Debunking the Vymaanika Shaastra does not resolve the mystery of the much older sources. The original Vedas and the Ramayana still contain those unexplained descriptions of advanced flight that predate modern history by millennia. We are left to wonder why an ancient agrarian society, whose highest technology was the wooden wheel, would obsess over aerospace engineering and supersonic speeds. The precision of these ancient Vimanas remains an anomaly. Are these the misunderstood records of a forgotten civilization, or evidence that human imagination has always operated far ahead of our tools? Let us know what you conclude.